Hello there everybody, it's RANT here, and I have another Heroic Talks, but this time, it's gonna be super opinion based. Not that all of these aren't opinion based, but this one's gonna be a little bit more. I do not like horror movies. In recent years, I've trained myself to be not as scared as I was of them when I was younger. And it was no easy feat. I had to try my best. It was no easy feat because I had horror movies of the later 2000s to work with, which should have been fine, but the problem was it didn't really work. What scared me as a child was the monsters of back then. What annoys me as the adult now is oh my goodness. Incoming salt. Alright. So allow me to explain. As a child, I had 3 terrifying nightmares that kind of warped me into a bit of a scaredy cat. I was no longer the brave young man, the brave little boy who would go around making friends and being social. I was now much more timid and fearful and very shy because I didn't want to embarrass myself because people would think I was a scaredy cat. So I kept mostly to myself because of it, but then I tried to branch out and be more open to talking about things and to talk about people to my interests. However, there was always that looming fear that I would have to someday face horror movies and things of that nature. Because I didn't want to, because I'm easily startled. I'm easily prone to jump scares. It's not a trait I enjoy. But as I got older and I started watching more horror movies, I grew to know the main characters are really fucking dumb. Like, really dumb. Like, holy shit, dude. Did she need to stab you twice before you realized you shouldn't have turned her back on you? Was the carved in smile not enough? Did the fact that her eyes were black and she was spitting up black vomit not clue you in? And you, Missy. What? Just because he looks good? Just because he smiled at you once, that's worth getting your neck torn out? No! And the worst fucking one. Let's split up. Anyone who says this, instantly, my soul hurts. My soul hurts. That's fucking processed basic scares. What's more terrifying? Being jumped at when you have a person? Or being jumped at when you're alone? I'll give you a hint, it's the one that makes us feel like we're the only person with them. And no, that makes me upset. Because then I'm just thinking, I'm that annoying person in the theater. Oh, that's a dead bitch over there. Hey, what do you mean? He could survive? Nope, dead bitch. Well, what about her? Also dead bitch. Why are they gonna die? Because they split up. Yes, I understand. Splitting up has a greater chance to find and gather more resources quickly, and you always have a meetup point that you can always head to. But, and this is a big but. This is so big I actually got closer to the microphone. But, when you split up your combined power. It's like the multiform technique from Dragon Ball Z. Yes, you have more of you, but your power is split between all of them. And here's the thing. Yes, it would be painful if you were together and you saw your friends taken out. It's a very easy way to do drama too, because it's just pick off members one by one. And I guess it also gives more of a downer message, but that's better than false hope. Oh my god, false hope in a movie. Just like, they're gonna wait at that spot for fucking years because they said that they should split up, and they really thought Chicken Heart over there was gonna make it to the spot with fucking what they needed. No, Chicken Heart died. Chicken Heart got stabbed in the face. His brain is actually sticking out of his skull, which was an impressive feat for the killer, because, that was actually pretty damn neat. Gross to see, but neat. And again, it's just, it frustrates me because, again, I can see, I like to throw myself in the character's shoes. So I get, again, it helps me project more onto the character so I can invest myself more in what I'm watching. I want to be invested. I want to see these guys make it out of there, or I want to see them struggle and try. Because that's a better story too. Just like, I'd rather the story of friends who tried than dumbasses who split up and got murdered off. And the worst part, and again, I watch a lot of horror reviewers too, so you can call me as, biting off them or borrowing from them, but really, why is everyone so, why are you making murder cathartic for us? Why is it I just can't have someone who I really like get killed? Yeah, it's not much better. It's very masochistic of me to say, oh, I want the one I love to die. It would make me feel, but, really, it's much better than, you just split up, and though I should be mad about that, I'm just waiting for your death. Just serial killer, can I do your job for you? Mr. Monster, infect me. I want to kill these guys myself. Holy shit. I know you need to have character. I know not everyone is a special Sunflake who can do no wrong. Sunflake, good one, heroic. That's going in the books. But I know not everyone has the capability for good. I know it's hard for some people to be good people. I know it's hard to separate yourself from what you've learned and what you've lived through. But can I have a character who's in this horrifying situation not piss me off? Can I have someone who's likable, relatable, someone who's just like, man, I want that guy to live? Not just body count, 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 body count. I want to see them live. I want to be touched when they die or they sacrifice themselves. I don't want the sacrifice to be redemption. I want it to be a noble act committed by the character. And that's another thing. Okay, I understand. Sacrifices are gonna have to be made sometimes. It's gonna suck. But first off, let them sacrifice themselves and don't throw away their sacrifice. Second off, don't let their sacrifice be what fucking stops you. I mean, what if... Okay, I'm gonna give one of the scenarios since we're nearing the end of the video, but let's say... I'll use myself too. It's myself and my best friends, right? So I'm gonna just throw out some names, you don't have to worry. It's myself, Lewis, Richard, Daquan, David, Eustace, and Eugene. And we're all hanging out, and bam, horror situation. And, of course, we're not doing the typical horror tropes. We're not splitting up, and we're actually paying attention to our surroundings and sounds that are being made. But we're also not panicking. Right? Now, at one point, we get separated. Not split up, separated, because that's different. And I'd rather separation than split up. Because at least, it wasn't entirely their fault, or they could have gotten hurt. That makes it more compelling. That means that's when you're like, oh, it was probably the monster. Damn you, monster! Right? But again, for the scenario, we're not shitters. We're good people. We're brave little boy Saint Scouts. If you can make sense of that, I give you credit. But at one point, let's say, I think Daquan and David, because they actually were friends, and I was their friend. I'll explain later, maybe, never. But David is injured, and he knows he's gonna slow us all down. So he sees the monsters starting to advance faster than normal, and we're yelling at him, come on, we gotta go. But he stops and he just says, you guys go! I'm gonna handle this. We know he's not gonna handle this. We know he's fucking done for. He's dead. But instead of looking back and confirming his death, instead of listening to his screams, we all just toughen ourselves out and continue running. And we don't look back. We just know that even if he does fall there, he's going out like a fucking goddamn hero. Like a real motherfucker with balls. With fucking gusto, with strength. That he's like, I know this is where I die, but I'm going out on my own goddamn terms. And you're not gonna take that from me. That's the moment in a horror movie I would want to see. Because even though it may defeat from the full horror of it, the loss of a friend is a good enough tragedy to help motivate the rest of the characters to keep trying. And the horror can come from hopelessness. The horror can come from still unknown, or even worse, more threats. That's when things get even creepier, because you don't want your friend's sacrifice to be in vain. That's what makes a story gripping and compelling, and not just the sacrifice that causes the rest of the group to fall. Because then it's not a sacrifice. It's an idiot who got killed trying to sacrifice himself to be the hero. You were playing the hero. You weren't the hero. This was a little bit more passionate than I thought. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts on horror movies, and like if I ever went to see one again, like probably with friends or whatever, or if you guys have any real good recommendations. I do need to still watch Cabin in the Woods, and not just for that one scene which I keep seeing as a gif. I love that scene though. When COD players play Dark Souls, elevator doors open, bam, done. Just whole group dead. I need to see that, and I want to know the context behind it. But again, maybe I'll update you guys on like Facebook or Tumblr when I do see it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this if you did. If you didn't, sorry for talking your ears off, but thanks for listening. And until the next one, I just want to say thank you all for watching once more, and laters.